Okay, welcome. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you had a good Christmas and New Year break. And yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit today about this idea of a darkness retreat. And, what do you do during a darkness retreat and why do you do it? So, yeah, enjoy. So, yeah, I had quite a restful period over Christmas and New Year, and I had a comment from someone asking me, take care, make sure you have time off and all that. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about, what I do to, to de-stress, to unwind, to take care of myself. And one of those things is once a year, if you look into my videos, if you search for Darkness Retreat, possibly put Piers in, you'll find a few videos over the last few years where I've offered videos about darkness retreats. One's is, how you prepare for one, and the other one is 4 benefits of a darkness retreat. So I won't go into too much depth on the why, but essentially why I do it. And just to give a bit of context, a darkness retreat is something you can go off to a centre. I don't know if there are any centres in the UK, but certainly in Europe and in Asia, Mantak Chia's the Tao Garden has darkness retreats. Essentially what you do is you have a space which is totally dark for a period of, me and my wife, we do 2.5 days, 3 days. Some of the other ones are 7 days, 10 days, and 21 days. The longer ones, it's obviously better if you've got someone to help you and support you. Um, you know, so the why then is, why do you do it? It's just very, very restful. If you imagine that we spend so much of our time with our minds thinking and our eyes looking at stuff, and when you take away the sense of sight, what happens is it amplifies the other ones and everything slows down. And obviously, if you're walking around your house in the dark, you've got to really be paying attention to sounds. You've got to be paying attention to smells. What can you feel? You walk into a room and it's quite warm or cold. So it just slows the body down. And we're rushing. We're doing. So sometimes I feel I can have a break. I can take time off work, but I might, watch films. I might do stuff. And sometimes I don't necessarily feel rested afterwards. Whereas doing a darkness retreat afterwards, it's like, oh yeah, I feel very rested. So that leads me on to, what do you do on a darkness retreat? I might just move down here, as there's a bit of a northerly wind. So what do you do on a darkness retreat? So one of the things that first day, the Saturday, I find that I will sleep, literally. I think last year I slept until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And you might go, what? 4 o'clock in the afternoon? But yeah, sometimes our bodies just need to rest. Oops. And therefore, yeah. So it's like giving ourselves that space to rest. So that was, that's one of the things. That first day, the Saturday, is, I do it with my wife, so it's slightly different in that, we'll talk quite a lot. We'll, we did a ceremony on New Year's Eve on the Friday, and on the Saturday in darkness, it was like, yeah, giving ourselves a chance to talk over it. What did we learn? What did we, what came up for us? And then snoozing, like meditating. So yeah, the other thing I do a lot of on a darkness retreat is meditation, just sitting. So I went through the 4 Brahma Viharas of Buddhism. So you've got the metta, which is loving kindness. You've got karuna, compassion. You've got mudita, equanimous joy, and then you've got mudita, did I say upekkha? I said mudita. Then upekkha, which is equanimity. And it's like just meditating on those for 20 minutes. It's like feeling sympathetic joy, feeling the joy that someone else experiences, and you're just feeling that, just sitting with that. So that's, what I'll spend a lot of the time on a darkness retreat doing, meditation. Another thing is, breath work. So in some of my videos, I've literally got about 500 videos. Probably 5 or 10 of them are breathwork videos. So I'll go through pranayama, some different Taoist breathing, maybe do a bit of qigong as well, or some tai chi. So yeah, it's like allowing and giving myself that space just to relax and be very gentle. Another aspect, I'm just aware of the breeze. It might be that you can't hear me, so that's why I keep moving about. The final aspect I do is like teachings. So maybe it's something I've learned, like the archetypes. So it's like reflecting about teachings. What are the different archetypes? What are the different qualities? So I'll go over teachings. But a lot of the time it's just sitting, with Michelle, my wife, is talking, going deep into things. It felt very healing between me and her. It's like really spending some really good time together. So essentially, that's for me, if you have a daily practice anyhow, which I recommend everybody to do, especially if you've been through trauma or, boarding school syndrome, it's like to have a daily practice. It's like we learn these negative behaviors through the trauma. Therefore, we need to learn some new, reprogramming ourselves. Then on a darkness retreat, it's like giving ourselves that space to just practice that. Get the breath work going, the meditation. And you just, one of the men's circle did this last year, and he said it was amazing. He really loved it. And the final bit I'll add is that with the darkness retreat, just be gentle when you reintegrate. So the Monday morning, don't immediately come out into the sun because you'll get a headache. But, gradually open the blinds, maybe turn your phone off. So that's the final. Another thing is you don't have any electrics, no phones or anything like that, and it's really important just stopping. So in the morning, turning things on, when you're breaking your darkness fast, it's like, you're kind of bringing that energy back in, so little bit by little bit. So for example, if you're finishing on the Monday morning, you're opening the blinds up Monday morning, don't work on that day, just take it gentle. For me, I started on Tuesday. So hope that's of help, and I do recommend doing one, even if it's half a day, just in one room. Obviously for us it's slightly different. We were able to do the whole house. You can put a blindfold on as well, but if you just black out one room, make it dark in one room, then that's really perfect. That's just offering some reflections about that. And final thing is I've got a podcast coming up this Friday with an ex-housemaster of a boarding school and a head teacher whose son committed suicide a number of years ago and now goes around the country giving talks about mental health with teenagers and adolescents. And so I'm going to be talking to him, and he was also at a boarding school next to mine, so we have a few things in common there. So I'm looking forward to that conversation. If there are any other guests that you think, love you to speak to him or her, please do put it into the comments. Okay, many blessings, and have a wonderful 2022. Okay, blessings.